going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the Chefosaurus and Pyro Dino inside of Once Human. Now this is not a guaranteed spawn, so unfortunately you might have to run this a few times in order to get this guy to drop. This is on PvE if you guys are curious. Sometimes they have it so PvP and PvE servers get like different deviants. However, this time you get both in the exact same area. Alright, so once you get your deviant, you can actually click leave. And you'll notice that if you go inside of your inventory here, it'll still be here. So the quickest way to farm this is just to grab him and then click exit dungeon. Or if you don't get him, to just click exit dungeon. But we're doing this in silo fee today. So as soon as you enter inside, basically you can decide to either use your weapons or you can actually go with a more melee approach, since honestly this area is not too hard. This is going to walk through the entire route that I take and also walk you through how to roughly do it with your melee weapons. We could speed it up, however, this is a very nice loot run also. So it takes a little over an hour for items to spawn back in the silo now. In the beta, it used to spawn back immediately, so you could just like farm out a ton of level 25 materials, and it was super nice. However, this time it's a little bit more slowed down, but it does eventually spawn back. Because sometimes you get the occasional lucky like gold drop around here where you're actually able to get plenty of resources around here. This little gunk on the ground here, as soon as you step on it, it's going to spawn in some mutants. On top of that, if you stand inside of it, it's going to increase your sanity, so be super careful about where you're standing inside of this first room here. Once again though, I mean honestly, we're under leveled in this area for the time being, and it's not that hard. We're just using basic melee weapons that can do about 215 damage per hit, and we're still wiping things out relatively easily. So let's take out this guy, and I'm going to be showing you the route that I take for the most amount of loot for the relatively quick amount of effort. If you get the Chefosaurus, his ability is basically going to be for cooking. It's going to be like a giant green dino. Now the Pyro Dino is a combat deviant, so he's actually going to be able to breathe fire, which is super cool. So as soon as you go through the door, take a left, and there's going to be this corridor down here. You'll notice like this big fan. If you come inside of this room here, it just has a lot of additional loot for you, and it's going to have 3 zombies in here just eating a person. So I'm gonna shoot all 3 of these guys. There's plenty of medical bags and all the fun stuff that you can loot. Honestly, this area is relatively quickly. You can see that the chest already opened since I ran through it already once before I started making this video. However, later on when I did it on my live stream, everything will respawn back, so I think it takes about roughly an hour to an hour and a half for the resources inside the area to respawn. Now you can grab this explosive keg and chuck it at the little alien egg up ahead, or you can throw it at this guy just to get rid of him. If you chuck it at that, it'll spawn at about 50% health, so it just takes less bullets to actually blow up. So either way works. Or if you wait for that little powder keg guy to walk close enough to the egg, you can shoot it and blow it up and it'll do some massive amount of damage to it. So you don't necessarily need to shoot the spawns of him though, because they're just going to continually spawn until you get rid of the egg. So try to prioritize getting rid of that before you worry about the zombies. Once that's gone, you're good to go. And if you want a little bit of additional loot, you can take a right here, and there'll be like a little bit of a secret cubbyhole which has a couple boxes. Now once you get to this stage, the right side is how you do like the normal dungeon. However, if you just run directly straight to the elevators, take the elevator on down, this is where we're going to start heading towards our deviant. Thankfully, a lot of the zombies don't have a fast enough reaction time, so you can honestly just like run here, hit the button, and you're good to go. Nothing's going to be attacking you on the way down here. And once you make it to the ground floor, this is where it gets kind of cool. So we're actually going to be entering into a hospital. So basically you can get a little bit of free medicine around the back corner here, and then you're going to walk inside of this little room, which does a really cool effect. This is probably my favorite silo so far. Alright, now as soon as these doors open, if you have a crossbow or sniper rifle, I recommend trying to shoot the little siren head guys. If you're able to pop their head off, it makes this next part super easy. However, it is totally doable if their head doesn't spawn down, so you're good to go. So we get rid of that one and shoot this guy as well. The thing is, these guys are super annoying when they rush you, so I recommend taking them out regardless first before you even enter the room. Basically, as soon as you enter the room, that's when things are going to start actually spawning in on you. So take a couple steps into the water, the doors are going to shut, you won't be able to hide inside of this room anymore. And once again, I would take out that guy too, just since they're kind of annoying. So our main goal here is going to be able to focus on a umbrella guy. If their head doesn't drop, that's fine. We can use our butterfly to do massive amount of damage to it. But basically focus on the umbrella guy, because he's going to be the one that spawns in the door that we're going to need to go through. Shoot at the top of the head to do maximum amount of damage here. And the butterfly should also do quite a bit of additional damage to him. Alright, so as soon as he's dead, we can go through the magical door. And as you guys saw in the beginning of the video, this is where the Chefosaurus was. However, the Pyro Dino is also going to be found here, but it's completely random. If this guide helped, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.